Hello, one and all, and welcome back to Campaign 12, Ill Omens. I am your host, as always, Varinity Void. This here is Part 3. Here we see ourselves upon the world that is changing ever so much. We had some tags in the previous part die as a result of being annexed, and some that found themselves the victims of partitions. The metaslavers, they devoured all the other forms of metaslaving, so the green are... I'm sorry. They did not devour all other forms, but they did take the capital of the other two. The metaslaves, though they are at war with Wu, they are still trying to eke out an existence, despite their sibling consuming most of their homeland. Penacony, or Penacony, however you want to say it, they are slowly reaching out to Tiwi, and then in South America we are slowly getting nations reaching each other. Galicia Grande lost out huge against Marajo. Guyana is still reaching out, Saidi is still reaching out. Oh, excuse me. And then I actually found this out between parts. Saidi is colonizing in Ireland for some reason. That's because of their vision. They don't have vision anywhere else, but they do have vision back in Europe, so that's the only place they can go. Totonac was seen holding out valiantly in part 2 against literally all sides, so good on you, Totonac. Shoshone are losing a war against the Golden Eighth. Pawnee and Arapaho are going at it. And then in Europe, we had quite a few changes. Ingria lost a small war, but they're still very much alive. And then Fortu annexed most of Strathclyde's mainland provinces, or at least most of Strathclyde's land in the Isles. And then Gwynedd annexed Dumnonia as well. However, Dumnonia survives here in mainland Europe. Other than that, not too many serious changes in Europe, but those are notable because those are powers that are shifting in the Isles, and that'll cascade out later on. Also, Fortru is also attacking Holland, so we need to be aware of how that ends up. I don't think there's really anything else other than around, I think at the end of this part we'll try and go around 1550 to 1520. Memmingen is going to be the center of the Protestant Reformation, so that'll be interesting when it kicks off. Is there anything else I'm missing? The strongest team on Earth, they went after the S. Strongest team on Earth brought in Just Not, and the S succumbed to outside forces. The capital of Delhi has been taken, and the S just doesn't have allies. So it's that simple. Sakya also got partitioned, unfortunately, between RUOK and Yargyab. Anyways, I think that's it for the recap. Let's go forward. Also, for the nations that were ready to reform their government out of tribal, or the tribal government form, I did that. So, like some of the West African ones and some of the other ones, like Buganda, they were ready. They had reached the end of their government reforms, but ones like Kasanje and Kilwa, they have not. And same with Najd. Once they reach the end of the tribal reform tribal government reforms, I roll a dice and I see what government form they should get next. And, if the creators of the Rise of the Undead and Hoyenshe, as well as, what's the other one? Oh, Myeongvax. If they want their government to reform out of tribal, they need to let me know. Because I will do that. It's just, it's on the initiative of the player. Ingria also is tribal too, and, maybe the creator wants them to become a monarchy or a theocracy. I don't know. Right now, the only war we have right now is Arapaho versus the Pawnee. It seems as though Pawnee is going to win. Arapaho doesn't look like they have enough troops to sustain themselves at all. Shoshone, they lost a fair chunk of land. So really, the only hope for the Shoshone is allying with someone. But the Golden Eighth is 2 military techs ahead. Might be a little much. And I think, yes, they do have the national ideas that I made a while ago. I need to remake these national ideas, actually, with some updated information, or at least, you know, updated modifiers, but that's for later on. And I'm hoping that we see more of Totonac holding out again this part. You know, I know they're vanilla tag, like, it's okay if they get partitioned or annexed. I know, but the fact that Totonac had such a standing in part 2, the fact that they stuck it out and basically won those wars against their neighbors is huge. Like, that's not any small feat. That is awesome. Any other wars going on? Oh, we have actually quite a few. So Dumnonia is going after Ingria for Gotland, and then Lost Kemet is going after Paraguay, and then Polotsk is also going after Ingria. So the Ingrians might be partitioned here, and it looks like that is the case. Even though the Ingrians are 1 military tech ahead, it seems as though they cannot handle the onslaught of Dumnonia on one side and Polotsk on the other, unfortunately. The only slight saving grace is that Dumnonia isn't landing troops on Gotland. However, Polotsk is going to get the capital, and right after Polotsk gets the capital, pieces out Ingria, Dumnonia is going to be right there. Ingria just doesn't have any allies, unfortunately. And then Lost Kemet is going after Paraguay. Are you going to be able to win that war, however? Because Paraguay is 1 military tech ahead of you, Lost Kemet. Lost Kemet has the quantity, though. That's the big thing. Ooh, the noble rebels of Marajo, they sieged down a fort. That's pretty bad, but it's just going to eat up manpower for Marajo, but Marajo has plenty of it. So, not too much of an issue. Pawnee, they won the war, but no land was taken. Rise of the Undead, they are now allied with Totonac. Okay, so now Totonac is no, like, pushover. They have an ally, and they can actually do more offensive stuff if they need to. And Ingria has their capital sieged down, but the war isn't quite over, maybe. Polotsk, are you going to try and take the battle? I mean, Ingria can't siege down that capital. Dumnonia is also not going for Gotland. You know, Gotland is their target, so I don't know. Oh, we got a new war. We have Fortu and Chishi going after Wasconia and the Rostamids. Really now? So you... Okay, so Fortu took some nice land from Holland, including the capital at Den Haag. However, can Fortu actually, like... Well, Fortu and Chishi, can they hold out against the Rustamids and Wasconia? Chishi is taking the battle, and it's looking pretty good at first, but no. There's no blockade here, therefore... Oh, actually, no, it wouldn't even matter if there was a blockade, I think. Yeah. Teamwork makes the dream work. Chishi is sent back. Dutch separatists being put down, and it seems as though Fortru is not going to have an easy time. They have 24k in their homeland. However, if that 24k does not get to the mainland, it's not going to do much of anything. The papacy is allied to Berry and Coburg. When the Protestant Reformation hits, I don't know, some alliances might break down. Polotsk pieced out. However, I think because this was because Pskov was a colony, I believe, maybe it was burned down, no land was changed, and Polotsk is just sent packing. with their ally that is Rostov. Ingria, I don't think they can throw off Dumnonia, however. This, the capital of Ingria is going to... It is making life hell. Oh shit. The capital is making life hell for Dumnonian troops. But still, even if they get the capital, like, ticking a war score goes in favor of Ingria, because Gotland is not sieged down. The Ingrian navy wins, but the Dumnonian army wins on land. Meta slaves, they fully annexed Wu, by the way, so no more Wu over here. And we do have Chahar is going in and colonizing Beijing. Interesting. Sulu's also over here colonizing some of mainland China. Jasha is... they're just doing their own thing. They're slowly reaching southward. Kitabatake has an ally at Makassar. Utsunomiya allies in Amago and the Jianzhou Alliance. Champa, no allies. Pegu, allied with Johor. Myeongvax, not allied with anyone. Are You Okay is allied with Golok. Latolo with Yargyab. Death Pact, allied with Team 8s. Just Not, still allied with the strongest team on Earth, and the S is not allied with anyone. I'll move my microphone over just a little bit. And yeah, this war by Fortune is just not going well. Barry is going after Taosai though, and Taosai, they won a battle against Barry. All right, it's looking great. Yeah, Barry declared this war. Barry got ambitious, and well, Barry is paying the price. They need an ally in this. They need to call in the papacy if they can. And Fortune, they're not transporting their troops over yet? Okay, wait, well, no, that's Norche. I'm not seeing any. Fortune, if you don't transport troops over, like, this is going to stay the way it is, and you're going to lose the war and probably lose this land. However, Taosai, they may have gotten over ambitious against Barry. Barry has the morale advantage, and the tactics advantage. So Taosai may have bitten off a little bit more than they could chew. Yeah, alright. Barry using some good tactics there. Reinforcing at the right time in the battle. And, okay, Barry losing some troops there on the offensive because they fought off the peasant rebels of Taosai. However, Barry is one military tech ahead and has manpower to spend. At the same time, Taosai, they have more manpower to spend. Colony in Paris was burned down, and neither can siege the capital. Well, actually, Barry's going to siege that capital. Okay. Taosai, you need to reinforce. Wasconia defeating an army of Qi Shi over here. Fortune has landed some troops. The Rustamids, they might be caught out. It depends. What's the military... Whoa. The Rustamids are 3 military techs behind. They really don't want to take that fight. It's gonna be a bad fight. If they... Okay. Qi Shi, an army from Qi Shi was eliminated over here. And Taosai, they only sent one of the regiments over here. It looks like the capital Taosai is going down. Okay, Fortune, they're undoing the occupations over here. But really, it's at Friesland that they need to retake that land. And Wasconia, they're pushing back Fortune's advance. Being so split up is... it's going horribly for the Northerners. The fact that the Rustamids and and Wasconia, the fact that they were able to cooperate more so on the mainland compared to the Northerners, that made all the difference. And is because of that cooperation that Wasconia takes this land in the Low Countries. Very, very valuable land over there. Ladies and gentlemen, we have also just reached 1,500. And it is only getting more and more interesting. Sulu being is attacking the meta slaves, and far be it from me to judge, but I don't think Sulu is going to win that war. Just throwing that out there. I don't think it's gonna go well. Don't think it's gonna go well. The Basri Order is going after Kerman. Kerman has very, very few troops, and Yaman is in this. Yaman and Kerman are one military tech behind the Basri Order. However, quantitatively, they have more. Yaman is roving through the lands of the Basri Order. There is a fort here at Yasuj, and it seems as though Yaman wants to engage in that fort. I think the Basri Order is more than willing to take a fight, though. That's favorable terrain, and that's at a fort. With one military tech advantage, Yaman, I don't think you want to take that fight at all. However, the capital at Kerman, it's desert, and there's a fort there. That's kind of a brutal siege in and of itself. So, it's offensive moves are a little hard to do. I would hope that if there's an engagement out here, they reinforce, but I don't know. The Basri Order, do they have any movement speed? They do not. I don't know. I don't remember if Yaman does. They do not. Does Kerman have any movement speed? They do not. But they get bonus defensiveness, which will be great if the Basri Order tries to besiege the capital. Yaman taking a nasty defeat in the desert. The Basri Order barely losing any troops at all. Ingria, they lost the war against Dumnonia, but they only lost Gotland. Honestly, it could have been a lot worse if Dumnonia besieged Gotland and then took the capital of Ingria. So I would say Ingria got out pretty nicely out of that war compared to what could have been. And Barry, unfortunately, Tao Sai just didn't reinforce in time, and Barry has the upper hand now. One military tech ahead, and it's all crumbling for those of Tao Sai. Oh, the yellow is being evaporated from the map. It's only a matter of time before Barry pieces out, and I think they're taking a huge chunk of Tao Sai. Once the military is defeated, this could be the final stand right here. Right now. Incoming. Okay, it's not a stack wipe. I thought it was going to be a stack wipe, but still. There you go. Oh my god, it's a full annex. Of the mainland, at least. Tao Sai survives up here in the lands of the Danish, but still. That is a very, very big chunk of land for Barry. And it's not like Barry doesn't have allies. They have the papacy, and the papacy they haven't been involved in a single war. They're still doing fine. My god, Tao Sai. My god. Also, Strathclyde here in Sevilla. They're trying to make out a living. Eke out a living. Anything going on here? Shoshone, do you have an ally yet? You have an ally in Pawnee, finally. However, the Golden Eighth, they are marching ahead in technology. You gotta be at least a little fearful of this. Otherwise, it's gonna go down. Alright. Are You Okay? Is now going after Latolo and Yargyab. So the Tibetans under direct assault from the likes of the Thunderdome in the south. Excuse me. And then Gwyneth is going after Tao Sai for East Frisia. Right here. And I think that Tao Sai is going to be able to... Never mind. Never mind. I thought too soon, you know. I thought too soon. And it doesn't help that since Tao Sai was forced to relocate their capital so recently, they don't have a fort in their new capital. Therefore, you know, Gwyneth can just go in, and there's the full entirety of Gwyneth's troops. So I think Tao Sai might very well be toast. Also, Karman's capital is under siege. The siege ability of Basra is very good, and the spy network there is really contributing. However, Basra's own capital is under siege from Yaman. I do think, though, Karman is just not gonna do well. The Basri order is doing superiorly. I think that's the word we were going for. But the capital of the Basri order, it's not gonna go down. It really isn't. Even with the morale of armies minus 5%, like being one military tech ahead is just that good. And they still, the Basri order still has manpower to spare. Like it's rough. I don't know, man. And the Tibetans, Latolo's capital is already down, and this is just "Are you okay?" just on their own. Yargyab maybe one military tech behind, but like the fact that "Are you okay?" is able to take on the Tibetans as is and thrash them as is a little. That's rough. Yeah. Latolo and Yargyab, they're just taking hit after hit. It's oh Lord. I don't know if maybe it's just that discipline plus 5% that's really helping, or maybe it's the defensive ideas that are really helping as well. But it's like Yargyab has defensive ideas, Latolo has defensive ideas, like, and Golok isn't even in this. Are you okay is saying, like, you know what, right here, right now, Tibetans, let's do this shit. Unironically, that's just like flopping their dick on the table saying, yeah, what the fuck are you gonna do? Kita Batake separatists over here on Tsushima. Can we get like the Ghost of Tsushima soundtrack going? Jarvis? No? Anyone? Alright. Never mind. I thought I saw Ryuku for a second. Also, since Sulu lost the war against the Meta slaves, Sulu lost their land up here, and they lost Taiwan. Or should I say, Chinese Taipei. Heretics, Ibadi heretics here in the Maldives, Johor is not keeping their population happy. Socotra, the pirate confederacy of Socotra, is alive and well, and Kerman, meanwhile, has been recently buried in a shallow grave. Okay, well, most of Kerman has. Kerman only survives now in Surat and Sanjan. They might as well be the Parsi diaspora at this point. Also, Strathclyde has Crete for some reason. Alright. And Taosai, I am sorry to say, has fallen as of October 13th of 1503. Taosai ceased to exist. Did they? Oh shit, never mind. I spoke too soon. But Taosai is now just left with their fortifications on Madeira. It's not much, really. It's not much at all. Okay. I almost forgot the wars in South America. Lost Kemet is going after Mapuche now. They won against Paraguay. They annexed a couple provinces. They're not valuable, really, other than Rio de la Plata, because it's got an estuary and a trade hub, but, you know, it's two provinces. Paraguay can still, like, do other things. Mapuche, however, one military tech behind and about the same level of quantity. It's going to be interesting if Lost Kemet can actually... They got the capital already. Never mind. Lost Kemet is in the lead, doing me proud. All right. The Belobog is allied with Moldavia. Serbia, not allied with anyone. Austria, allied with the papacy and Constantinople. Ramazan, allied with the Mamluk still. Armenia, not allied with anyone. Okay. And Are You Okay? Still showing everyone how it's done. about to take the former capital of Sakya and just, just showing the Tibetans how it's done. In Japan, though, we have Utsunomiya, Amago, and the Jianzhou Alliance really just taking it to Kitabatake and Makassar. Yep, it's looking like the independent daimyo are feasting on each other, unfortunately. It's, yeah, Ise is under siege, and Kitabatake's last holdout of troops is going down swiftly. Rest in peace, my friend. I love your name, but names aren't enough to keep people around this time. Utsunomiya and Amago will have your head. I should say the Jianzhou Alliance will have your head too, but I mean, they're not. I don't think they're going to get any land, if I'm honest. Also, Champa, I'm proud of you, Champa. I'm really proud of you. You're actually connecting your land and you're staying to your region instead of going all over the place, you know? Very happy with you. Are you okay? All right, they sent peace. And they annexed a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 provinces. 9 provinces taken, and sure, not a lot of it is like huge development land, but you gotta think about like the tactical implications here. Latolo is now, they can't do anything really. They are split between 2 provinces. And then Yaryab, they got made fun of. They got thrown down in the mud and kicked. Like, what the fuck can they do? They are allied with Death Pact, sure, but the fact that you and Latolo could not stop Are You Okay? I don't know if Death Pact is going to be any better with regards to stopping Are You Okay? I would hope so, but I don't know. Things are getting dicey. Lost Kemet. They are pushing through Mapuche. Their ranks. They've crumbled, and Lost Kemet proves they are superior. I have a feeling once this truce is up, Galicia Grande is about to get fully annexed. So much for the dynasty of Santiago. The Saidi, okay, they completed their colony over here, and they are now colonizing in Cuba. Totonac, they are proven they are not to be messed with. And the truces are up between Totonac and their neighbors, and there is no war. So I think Totonac has proven they are not a force to be, or they should not be picked on. That's what I'm trying to say. I think we'll do the Protestant Reformation at 1515. I think that'll be a fine moment to do it. And Makassar, I wish Makassar could help, but I mean, this is not much. This is not much to help out with. Also, Tiwi is big, or the name is big, and hey, Penacony has formed Australia. And their national ideas did not change, but the flag did change and the name did change. Don't worry, Duck, I'll still call it Penacony and here and there. Tiwi is also the same military tech as Penacony, so I'm not sure who is going to make it out alive once these two meet. Also, I did reform Tiwi's government law between parts, so they did get elective monarchy. Bali, not allied with anyone. Alright. Meta Slavers, allied with Sulu. That's an interesting alliance. Shun is not allied with anyone. Neither is Chahar, and neither is Jasha. Also, Chahar, when I rolled the dice, they got steppe nomads as their government reform. So, yeah, we have a steppe horde here. Now, that horde unity is just going to be ticking down, of course. That's not going to change, but, you know, fun times as a steppe horde, I guess. What is this? Are You Okay is going after Chittagong, which is going after Pegu, and Johor is now involved. But I think Pegu is way too split to even do this, or to do much of anything. I need to rub my eye. Oh my god. Ow. Anyways. So the capital is under siege. It's going to go down pretty quickly. That's some... the Are You Okay siege ability is massive. So Pegu is going to go down very quickly. Johor indecisive about where to go. And, you know... You're not gonna pin down Are You Okay? At this point, the question is not Are you okay? The question is, are you still gonna be alive after I'm done with you? That's really about it. And the Boss 3 Order, they're growing. They are a growing. Circassia allied with, wow, that blossomed quickly. Allied with Serbia, Rostov, Delta squadrons of all things to ally, and Constantinople. Like, Delta squadrons is really far, but they are Orthodox, so that makes sense. Alright, August of 1515. We'll go for August of 1515. That's when Martin Luther's going to march into Memmingen and proclaim Protestantism. That's when it historically happened. Don't you tell me otherwise. Kong, Kabu, and Zazao, they're all doing their things. And I was right. As soon as that piece was up, Galicia Grande, they lost that. They are now left with Rio de Janeiro, which is quite the travesty. Like, if you're just left with Rio de Janeiro, I don't know. I can't help you. That is some stuff to like meditate on. Like, how did I end up with this? Jokes aside, Rio de Janeiro is actually a very great province to just have in general. 25 development is producing lead, and Santo Amaro, like 6 development, like, and right here 32 development. Galicia Grande, they lucked out. Barajo's not going to be coming after them for at least like 5, maybe 10 years. So they got time to build up, and maybe Galicia Grande allies with Paraguay. I'm not sure. That would be like the most likely route for diplomacy, I think. I could be wrong. Golden Eighth going after Shoshone and Pawnee are involved now, but the tech difference is just a little much. And Arapaho's going in too. Arapaho said, yeah, you're getting destroyed by those guys over there. Why don't I just hop in and spit on you? You know, as you do when your enemies are getting attacked. Is the enemy of my enemy my friend? I have no idea. I guess we're gonna find out. Okay, there's a lot of wars going on. Let me take some time. Let's see. Golden Age, yeah, we know that one. And then the papacy, Austria and Coburg are going after Saluzzo, trying to purge that heresy. Fortu, Memmingen, and Clichy are going after Island, Holland, and Norge. Oh, that's a big war. What the fuck? This is Fortu going after... I can't pronounce that. Fuglaf Fyodor? Oh, it's right here. Okay. Let me take a look at this diplomacy map. Okay. So, keep in mind, the war target is already sieged down. Island has very few ships. Norge has some ships, but I don't think like they can. I don't think they can contest Fortu's navy at this point. Also, Holland has their capital sieged down. It's Fortu's alliance network. It looks like it's working out. Norge, however, is taking over the lands of Clichy. Okay, Memmingen is up here in the mountains, proving otherwise. All right. I did not expect Memmingen to save Clichy. That's interesting. That's different. And I do think Saluzzo, because they have no allies, this is going to go one way and one way only. Austria is taking care of their own rebels, the papacy is going to annex some land, and Coburg is there just to help out with everything. As you do. Yeah, I think this is just going to go to Fortu. I'm not sure if Fortu wants this land over here in Sweden. Maybe? Where's the capital of Island? Okay, it's still at Reykjavik. The Shoshone are done. I'm pretty sure the Shoshone are getting fully annexed out of this. Golden Eighth, they've gone in, they've won, and now they're going into the Great Plains, taking over the Pawnee. They're pawning off possessions. And then Transvaal, my god. Look at this nice orange nation down here. As peaceful as can be. Just chillaxing, colonizing. Yeah. I am just wondering, like, that's kind of a small army for this big of a nation. But then again, these provinces are pretty big, and they're not necessarily high development, so maybe we just have to wait and see. And are you okay? Okay, the capital of Pegu is not down. Are you okay may not even take much of anything in this war, actually. Interesting stuff. Kita Batake, they have been partitioned quite a bit. Their capital is now only in Kyoto, so unfortunate times for them, and I don't think it's going to get any better anytime soon, if I'm honest. Chahar is defending against the Metaslaves. They're trying to defend at Beijing, but can you... Oh, actually, the Metaslaves, they are under attack by two avenues. The Metaslavers are trying to take down the Metaslaves, and Chahar is in that too. Maybe Chahar actually profits from this. That would be interesting. Because the capital... Is this the capital? No. The capital's down here. Okay. Well, a fort in Metaslaves is down, and that belongs to Chahar. Beijing doesn't have a fort, so it can just be unsieged willy-nilly. It's fine. So I'm very curious if Chahar is going to profit from that war. That would be supremely good for them. Island being attacked by Dumnonia now. Dumnonia really trying to eke out an existence in the Baltic, which I'm curious how that endeavor is going to go. Barry is now defending against Gascony, or Wasconia, Gascony. Oh no, Wasconia is going after Holland. Holland is allied with Barry. Well, let's take a look at that diplomacy map. So, Wasconia, did they call in? No, they didn't call in any of their allies. Wasconia wants to do this solo. They want to ride solo this time. The papacy, they annexed every port from Saluzzo. Legitimately every single port. There's nothing left. Saluzzo is now landlocked. Taosai trying to make a little bit of a comeback. Colonizing at Majorca. Constantinople. Where are you colonizing? Tell me. Surely you're colonizing somewhere. You're colonizing in the Balkans. Why would you want to colonize the Balkans? I guess it's for the ore mines. Oh, pretty compelling argument now that I think about it. Qixi, they've been fully occupied, essentially. Their capital, at least, has been occupied. However, a lot of the valuable land that Qixi likes is down here in Europe. And the province of Lübeck has been occupied by Qixi, so, Oh, is Holland, was that it? Holland was just... No. Okay, Holland has not been fully annexed. However, they have lost all of their homeland. I am supremely happy about this because my PTSD is being cured slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. Austria looks a little weird too. Like, what the hell? It's just how they're colonizing, though. Let me look at these wars again. Yaman's going after Socotra. I don't think that's gonna work. Island, yeah, is just under attack. Fortu is gonna win that war, and Dumnonia, I have to imagine, is gonna win that war too. Arapaho still going after Pawnee. Shoshone has been fully annexed. And I have to imagine, like, Arapaho, even if you take land from Pawnee, you're just you're just gonna be annexed by the Golden Eighth unless you get like an ally in Osage or Big Kato or someone. The Golden Eighth is huge at this point. Seriously. Pawnee, they're trying to unsiege that capital, but they're unorganized and they're not led by anyone in that army. It's gonna go poorly. I have to imagine it's gonna go poorly. Yeah. No leader, no nothing. I think that might be game over for the Pawnee. How's South America looking, huh? It's looking okay. Alright. And yeah, Yaman is not getting Socotra. I think we all knew that one. Are you okay? So Are You Okay did annex Chittagong, but they didn't take anything else. They probably wanted more, but I mean, Chittagong is a prize in and of itself. It's 3 development. It's nice. It's a nice trade port. So you gotta settle with what you got. All right, 1 more year before Protestantism. 1 more. Jasha, no allies. Chahar, okay. Chahar did annex 1 province, Laijiao, and then Sulu got 1 province back. The meta-slaves have been thoroughly sliced up by the meta-slavers, and I don't think the meta-slaves are coming back from this. In no short order, they have been ruthlessly demolished. And Champa, they're still going over. They're still trying to form themselves up. I respect it. And they are also allied with Bali. Cool. Karman is doing their own thing. Still trying to colonize Sanjan. And we're only a few months away. Only a few months. And the Rustamids, now the Rustamids are going after Taosai. I am sorry, Tuvi. My child doesn't like your child. Oh, wow, they're actually... It wasn't even a full province yet. The Rustamids are just burning it down. Ruthless. Actually, did 4-2 finish that war? No, they didn't. I hope it's not. I hope you don't get stuck in this war. Otherwise, I will have to wipe peace if nothing changes after so many years. All right. August of 1515. The time has come for Protestantism. All right, let me do this properly. Debug mode, tag, MEM. And let's see. They got plenty of provinces. Event 2001. Center of Reformation has spawned in. We're good to go. Alright. Let the seeds of religious chaos spread forth. So, it is basically guaranteed that Memmingen is going to go Protestant. Austria might. Coburg might. Who else? Berry could. Saluzzo maybe. There aren't that many Catholic nations though, so we'll see. 4-2 will probably get the event to spawn Anglicanism, and I'm not entirely sure if there's any. Oh yeah, Constantinople is also Catholic. There's basically the 4th Crusade, the Latin Empire tag, or custom nation. Yes. Also, Moldavia, you're allied with the papacy and the Delta Squadrons. Okay. Delta Squadrons is reaching out, and they're getting institutions over here thanks to Circassia. I like it. That's cooperation. Let's see, the Rustamids, yep, still going after Taosai. Polotsk and Rostov, now they want to divide up Ingria together, and I don't think there's any coming back for Ingria. Oh, Lord. Domnonia is also going to win against Island. Yeah. It's all gone wrong for Ingria. They don't have any allies. They have the military technology. They do. They have kept up to date with military tech. But the overwhelming forces, it's a 2v1. It's just that simple. All right. I think we'll probably go to like September of next year, 1517, and we'll call it good. Also, is there anyone going like an exploration expansion? I would think like Catalonia would at some point. Strathclyde, no. Gwynedd, no. Holland, no. No one wants to go expansion exploration. Why? Still at war with Iceland. All right. If nothing happens in this war by September of this year, I'm gonna have to white peace this war fort through, because this has been going on for a long time and there's been no change. Yeah, August of this year, it's gonna be white peace. It's because I can't just have you in this war forever with no changes. Any other wars, though? Any other big ones? Also, we have Socotra colonizing out here. Yaman, you don't have the navy. I don't know why you declared that war. Also, Najd has been fully annexed by the Basri Order. Huh. Alright. I thought they would last a little bit longer. I guess the minus 5% morale of armies doesn't really matter. White peace. Because nothing was happening in the war. You gotta be doing something in the war. Alright, one more month, October, and we'll be good. Arapaho has taken a huge chunk out of Pawnee. But really, it's just like, can Arapaho hold out against the Golden Eighth? With a 004, I don't think so. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I don't think Arapaho is gonna survive. But that'll do it for this here part 3 of the campaign. I'm gonna go see if there are any other governments that are at that point to be reformed, and I'll ask the others who have tribal submissions if they want their stuff to reform out of being tribal. Yeah, it's been an interesting campaign so far. Got some nice, interesting expansions and some stuff from the test run that are carrying over, some stuff from the test run that are not carrying over. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to part 4. I hope you all are as well. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. In first place is the Golden Eighth. In second place is Wasconia Gascony. In third place is the Papal State. In fourth place is the Mamluks. In fifth place is Fortune. In sixth place is Gwynedd. In seventh place is the Basri Order. In eighth place is Berry. In ninth place is the Metaslavers. In 10th place is Constantinopolitanum. In 11th place is Armina. And in 12th place is Strathclyde. That'll be all for now. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next part.